Hi again, this is Patrick from the 8tracktapestore.com, and what we're going to do in this video is open a very common cartridge type. These are 5-tab carts, and they come in different labels. This is a Douglas 5, of all things, and this is Who Are You? Fantasy Records from Berkeley. This is an MCA label made by Decca. Their name's emblazoned there. And this is a little different looking. This is actually an Ampex cart. A lot of the Ampex carts are really hard to open, but this one is a traditional 5-tab cartridge. So we'll open the harder Ampex cartridges in a later video. For now, I'm going to push these two aside. So as you can see, this is a good example because there's no back label here. You can actually see the 5 tabs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On this orange card, you can only see 2 of them because the other 3 are invisible. There's one right here under the label, and then there's 2 in the corners. And luckily, we don't need to go through the label here to open these tabs, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's push this cart aside. We're going to work on the Jerry Garcia cart. Let's see. So the first 2 tabs are the ones we're going to open. When the screwdriver goes in, it's going to go in underneath the tab, which you can easily see, you know, when you look in the gap here. On the video you may not see it, but with the naked eye you can. It's going to go on the bottom of the tab, and the tab will push this way towards the top. Both of these tabs the same way. I always start with the tab that goes through the pinch roller. I find that one easier for some reason. And then after I'm open that one, I go to the second tab here. Now this is a case where it would be nice to have 3 hands because we also want to be using this tool at the same time as I'm using the screwdriver. I want to be using this tool to sort of apply outward pressure here. You can do it with your fingers, but I find this tool is a lot easier. And so the way I'm going to solve that problem is by using my knees as kind of a vise, if you will. So I'm going to push the chair back. Hopefully you can see this on camera. It looks like you can. So this is now between my knees and trying to hold it pretty firmly. I'm going to put the needle nose pliers in here, and this is sort of a learned thing from experience. I'm going to grab one in, I'm going to push this with my thumb, so I'm kind of putting outward pressure on these 2 sides of the cartridge to help it open. Now I'm going to insert the screwdriver again at the bottom of the tab, and the pressure is going to go the tab that way and the bottom of the screwdriver this way. So I'm going to insert it, apply the pressure outward, and pop it open there. Okay? So that was simple enough. Now it's probably easier said than done, and you'll probably struggle with this, you know, the first couple times you do it. But that's how it's done. And then we go to this corner, applying outward pressure. Sometimes that happens. This one actually snapped open all by itself. And if you're lucky, you're going to have a nice clean cart that'll do that. I'm going to pop that back closed and show you the way you normally have to do it. We insert that and then pressure that way and it opens. Okay, so we have these top 2 tabs open now. Center one's not open, the bottom 2 are not open, and I mentioned you don't have to go through the label. So my next step is surprisingly easy. I'm going to put it back between my knees, and I'm going to use the needle nose pliers. I'm just going to pop this open a little more, and that will open the center tab. You heard the click, and there we go. So what we have now are 3 tabs open. That was easy. And I'm going to move to my straight edge here to open these last 2 tabs, this corner and this corner. So what's going to happen, my straight edge will go in here. I'm going to hold the top down, applying pressure downwards this way, while I'm applying upward pressure with this guy. And that should kind of keep everything under control and pop it like that. That one didn't even make a sound, which is nice. You're going to go to the other side, do the same thing here, and you felt the pop there. You can hear that. This is a very easy one to open. You can see there's no damaged tabs, and this opened very easily. So to close this back up, we just basically make sure that the pad is going to be behind, in the proper place, behind the tape. We're not mangling it. We get these all in place, and you kind of have a feel for it. And then we want to pop from the front and then the back. And now all those tabs are set. This was an easy tab. Easy cart. Many of these will be difficult. It's not normally as easy as this cartridge was. So one thing we see a lot in the stores when we acquire collections that prior owners have used glue, or let's talk about oil first. So there's a feeling out there, I guess for some people, that if you put oil in these tabs, that they're going to open more easily the next time. And that's certainly true for a while, but what you find is after a longer while, oil loses its viscosity, it starts to harden, and eventually it becomes glue, and it will actually glue your tab together. And then when when the next person comes to service it in 10 years, they're not in on the joke, and they will break the tab when they open it. Another thing is people who do break tabs, sometimes they glue them down. Please don't do that. I would suggest just using tape on the edge, so that, down the road people sort of understand what happened, and they will be able to service the tape more easily. That's my 2 cents on that matter. But I hope that you enjoyed this tape. We're going to work on some more difficult cartridges next in the next couple of videos, so I hope you stay tuned. Thank you for watching. This is Patrick from the 8-Track Tape Store.